Confessions of a Vampire, written and read by Ben Church. Do you know me? What I am? You may think you do, but more than likely you would be wrong. Mankind has given us many names over the course of our existence. Vampire is only the most well-known. It's a name that conjures instantly many pictures. Max Schreck, Tom Cruise, Kiefer Sutherland, Bela Lugosi. Take your pick of media representations. The name crosses the boundaries of language and culture. But that name is wrong. It's not us. The image it conjures is false. Well, not totally. We feed on blood, yes, but not for the reasons you would assume. We are powerful at night, but again, your presumptions would be erroneous. If I were to pick a name that suited us best, it would make you laugh in disdain. Or maybe not. Maybe you're one of the few special ones who might understand. If so, you are truly blessed. And cursed. Guardian Angels. That is the name I would pick. For that is what we are, believe it or not. As long as man has existed, so have we. Few, at first, I'm told, for there were fewer people in the beginning. I wasn't there. I was not witness to our birth, or to the birth of our enemies. Who are our enemies? Well, not God, certainly. He made us. Made the first of us and charged him, or her, with our mission. He made us powerful, the better to protect our brothers, humans. Yes, we are here to protect you. Superheroes might be another good name for us, but the enemy is cunning. It understood our human brethren better than we. It had no need to attack us directly. All it needed to do was sow the seeds of fear. It whispered in taverns and around campfires. It spoke in nightmares. And it created the image our name brings. Evil, bloodthirsty killers with no regard to life. Oh, humans added their own embellishments, as is their wont. Crosses would ward us off, as would garlic. Mirrors would not reflect. A stake through the heart would kill us. Well, I suppose it might, but a stake through the heart will kill a lot of things. Crosses are useless. Garlic, well, it depends. Garlic would ward off most humans. Mirrors are the same to us as anyone. Some of us like them more than others. Some things are true. Our powers, for instance. Shape-shifting is a complicated trick that takes training to master. I've not yet quite got the hang of it. I gain small attributes of what I try to change into, but nothing hugely useful. So far it amounts to comic relief at best. Though it is a nice distraction in battle. A demon that is laughing at your incompetence is a bit easier to kill than one that is paying complete attention. The strength and speed are, of course, innate, and take only a bit of practice to get used to. The first time going up or downstairs is quite an experience, one that also provides comic relief to more experienced vampires. Yes, I said vampires. I know I said I didn't like that name, but I was exaggerating. I've only been one for a short time, relatively speaking, and I still find that label easier. Like when I say he automatically when I refer to God, despite the fact that I believe God is both male and female, but I digress. Our heightened senses are likewise true. Do not believe tales of us having no taste for human food. Granted, it is merely an affectation at this point, but our sense of taste, just like everything else, is increased. And yes, our mental powers, telepathy and the like, are, to a limited extent, real. And so are many other powers that humans have assigned to us. Some of us have powers, others don't. Now, as for blood and the night. Night is our time simply because it is the enemy's time. During the day there's less need of us, so we're weaker then. Sunlight will not kill us, but it does sap our more outstanding powers. And blood. It is what binds us to humanity. Without it we do not wither away, but we become dispassionate, uncaring. Blood carries with it the passions of humanity, life. We drink it to bring us closer to that which we sacrifice to fight the good fight. And yes, it fuels our powers as well. We haven't quite figured that part out yet. There, that should do for a general introduction. Now let's talk about me. My name is Daniel Reed. My age does not matter. We stop counting the years after the change, for we become ageless. In my last year as a human, I was 25, a quarter of a century, as my friends teased me upon my birthday. I had already graduated from college, a liberal arts major. I had been out of school for nearly 3 years, and yet still lived in the city of the university. My excuse was that most of my friends still lived there. But the truth was that I had no direction. I was living in the past, not ready to let go, for I did not know where it was I would go when I did. I wrote, I acted, drew. I was a liberal arts major, but I couldn't pick an art form. No day job could satisfy me for more than a few months. At the time, I was working at a bookstore. I did not know what I wanted. Or rather, I did, but did not know I knew. But she did. Caroline. I don't know her last name. Maybe she never had one. Carolyn, as you've probably guessed already, was a vampire, though I didn't know that when I met her. She had the power not to read minds, but to see into a person's soul and know what drives them. I attracted her attention right away. I don't say this to be egotistical, though in my rare moments of vanity I do fancy myself a handsome man, and that was one of the things that attracted her, but she saw past that. It's my longing, my desire to be a part of something, something that would make a difference, and the strength that I did not even see in myself. The strength to do what was necessary no matter the cost to myself, the strength to cling to what I loved and needed, or thought I needed. I did not have the wisdom to tell what needed to be clung to and what needed to be let go, but she believed she could teach me that. I think she's still trying. For, you see, my life was, on the whole, rather inconsequential in the scheme of things. I wrote stories of young men performing great deeds to save those he loved, or even total strangers. I read books about adventure and drama. I painted pictures of incredible things. I don't know how well the images translated onto paper, or even how well I painted them, but the intent was the same. My life was not enough. It's still hard to express what I mean. I created fantasies of incredible joy and torment, and felt myself willing to experience both, not recognizing that my life was already incredible, that all lives are incredible. I only saw the drama in other people's lives. My friends with family problems who saw ghosts, who organized events at the school and in town, who took trips with other of my friends, I was, as I saw myself socially and talently, mediocre. In one glimpse, Carolyn saw all that. And in one night she gave me what I longed for, the good and the bad together, for I have outlived my family and my friends. I attended their funerals, and the pain of their loss has stayed with me. With each new friend I make, I lose still another to time. Some I never saw again after the change, for they're not able to get past the image of that word, vampire. Some were, and they became those few humans that were blessed and cursed with the knowledge of what we truly are, humanity's best friends, protectors, soldiers against the darkness that threatens to overtake the world every night, for the enemy knows that if the truth were to get out, their best advantage over us, humanity's fear would vanish. So they seek out those who know the truth. Not always as demons. It could be any form of evil, human or supernatural, that seeks out our friends, and yet most who know the truth choose not to hide their knowledge. Most choose to actively take part in the fight, if only to provide us with the blood that is our motivation and our fuel. And as for Carolyn, she introduced me to some of the best and closest friends I'll ever have. And she was my mother, teacher, friend, and lover. But in the end, I didn't love her. It was easy at first to trick myself into believing I did, for she was beautiful, and everything I thought I was looking for in a woman. But we do not truly choose whom we love. Love has its own agenda, I believe, and it was not in its plan for me to love Carolyn. It was a long time before she spoke to me again, which pained me, for I prized our friendship still. But she had loved me, and the pain of my confession was more than I ever wished to inflict on anyone. I have no ending for you, for there is truly only one ending to any story, death. But perhaps that's only the beginning of another. I told you this so that you may know the truth. That is all. Plain and simple. Truth rarely is, but just this once, I think it is. I must stop now, or I'll start rambling. Our kind sometimes does. After all, we have eternity. Goodbye.